Hey guys, what's up? It's Adam from geekrest.com. This is my weekly recommendation video. Every week I've been putting together these videos just, recommending one book from the week's latest releases that I just recommend the most. It's the internet. Everyone's got an opinion. This is mine. The book of the week that I recommend, Batman The Dark Knight number 10. This was such a refreshing read, and there are several good reasons as to why it's my recommendation. The first one being, let me say this, there are a ton of Batman books out there. Since DC's launch, the New 52, we have so many Bat books to choose from. Forget Batgirl and Batwoman, which are both great books. There's Batman, the self-titled book. There's Detective Comics. There's Batman and Robin. There's Batman the Dark Knight. And there's Grant Morrison's Batman Incorporated, which just came back onto the shelves. The second issue is actually out this week. Another fantastic book. But that's 4 titles devoted, just to Batman. And, I don't care how big of a Batman fan you are, chances are there's going to be one book that stands out the least and is at risk of being cut from your monthly pulls. You're just not going to pick it up anymore. You don't want to spend the money on it, and with good reason. And David Finch has been writing and illustrating The Dark Knight, and he's been doing a great job with the art, I would say, but I think that the story has suffered the most in this title, more so than any other Batman books. But this issue, number 10, Gregg Hurwitz steps on board to write, and oh my god, I love Gregg Hurwitz. I love this man. I read some of his work in like Punisher Max in Marvel Comics, dark stuff, and then he really sold me with Penguin, Pain and Prejudice, which came out several months ago. It was a updated, modernized origin story for Oswald Cobblepot, the Penguin. And, it was dark, it was gritty, it was gory, it was sad. It was a character piece, a really good character piece. So, you have to be a good writer to make those things stick and make you feel for him, and he did. So to have him on this book and to keep David Finch illustrating, which I love his artwork, and he's just, dude, I met that guy at MegaCon here in Orlando. He's the sweetest guy, nicest guy. His artwork is shining now that he's not writing. I mean, we'll see how it goes for the next several issues, but Gregg Hurwitz stepping in was the perfect breath of fresh air for this title. The book starts off, Batman the Dark Knight, I always wanted to be the darkest of all the Batman titles. I wanted it to be gory, gritty. I wanted to have the subject matter that the other Batman books couldn't touch, like Law and Order, SVU gritty, that type of gritty. And they've been doing, they're taking a step in the right direction with number 10. The book starts off with this guy sewing his lip. I mean, look at this cover. Guy sewing his lips together, just disgusting stuff, walking down to a basement. There's a little girl crying in the corner, begging to be let go. And he's like, I'm going to teach you about fear. He sprays her with some gas, and the door closes. That's the first couple panels. That's terrifying right there. Already, they're treading in territory that the other Batman books won't go to. And it's just fantastic. Hurwitz is doing, he combines so many elements here. There's this underlying theme of kind of helplessness. Jim Gordon, these kids are being taken off the street, abducted by this man, and they're being returned to the streets, but they're just shadows of their former selves. They're these ghosts. They got, just haunted. They're just abused children by a seriously disturbed individual who, at the end of the book, you'll find out who it is. I think that's who it is. But Jim Gordon's on the case, and he's having these themes come up of his own helplessness with his own children, particularly Barbara Gordon and James Jr., who we're hoping to see a lot more of in these Batman books, because there's a character story there for sure. And then there's Batman's helplessness. There's actually a couple pages or a couple panels where this girl, she's been returned to the streets. She's in protective custody. Batman comes into the window in the middle of the night. He's like, "Can you talk to me? Who was this man who did this?" She's speechless, looking at him sad. She starts crying. All Batman does is sit next to her and just sits next to her on the floor. And she grabs his finger, with her little hand, and he just kind of frowns. He's sad. It's like he's helpless. He can't do anything. And, between Jim Gordon and him, you catch on to that theme. And these themes they come across really strong thanks to David Finch's drawing. It's not just, Hurwitz's writing. It's great, refreshing story and good writing, dialogue, but the imagery is just awesome. Finch's imagery is just very powerful. I feel like he's focusing more energy on it now that he's not writing. But like that scene where the girl's grabbing his finger and you feel Batman as being helpless, it just translates so well through the artwork. And the scenes with Jim Gordon feeling helpless about his kids. There's actually a scene later in the book where he's sprayed with that same gas that you see in the beginning, and it's a fear agent. He's tripping balls, and he's seeing Barbara shot. He's seeing his kid in a straitjacket. It's just so vivid and colorful. And there's also this action sequence where Batman swoops into a driving car and kicks the driver out, and it's high energy, it's colorful, but it's energetic. It's just a great book, and that's why it's my weekly recommendation, because it takes a lot to just turn around the book, and they seem to have saved it from the direction it was heading, which was, not in my purchase pile. So that's always a good thing. Batman The Dark Knight, number 10. Check it out. In stores now. David Finch, Gregg Hurwitz. I hope you stay on for as long as you can because, like I said, they changed the tide for the books. So check it out. If you're a fan of Penguin, Pain, and Prejudice, definitely check it out. I'll throw this out there right now. The character, it's Scarecrow. It's Scarecrow. So if he can do a fraction of what he did with Penguin in Penguin, Pain, and Prejudice and do that to Scarecrow, Batman's Rogue Gallery has a whole new thing coming to it. I'm excited. That's exciting to me. So that's it. That's my weekly recommendation for the week. Follow me, Facebook, Twitter. The conversations you guys have been having with me on Twitter about these books has been fantastic. So please, I encourage you to follow me on Twitter and, let's get talking because we got stuff to say. That's it. I'll see you next week.